All right, so I got some boiling hot water right here. It's not, well, it's not literally boiling, but it's very hot water. Yeah, Conan in the plastic wrap though, in the plastic bag, because I've never dipped the Mezco figure into boiling hot water as I have with Marvel Legends. So I only need to free up the bicep right here at the shoulder. I need to free up that bicep too. That one's not as bad, but this one is completely frozen. So I'm gonna just dip them in just like this. I'll report back. So I'm not sure if this is gonna do the trick because the water is not actually getting where it needs to get to, but the arm is submerged in the hot water and the figure is heating up. I can feel it, so we'll see. Okay, so I did a little test, and as you can see, I got a little bit of movement now. Before I had nothing. Now I actually have a little bit of movement. See that? That's moving. I'm gonna dunk it in for longer. So even though it was in the bag, I got a little bit of movement. I don't have what I want. So I'm gonna have to just dunk the arm in itself. Just straight raw dog into the water. Hopefully it doesn't like damage the paint or whatever, so we'll see. Like I said, I've done this all the time with Marvel Legends, but not with Mezco. Also, the elbow's frozen, so yeah, elbow doesn't bend at all, so we'll see. So with just a tiny bit of heat, I was able to grab it and pinch it by the joint and slowly work this out. So I'm gonna just work this back and forth more, and I'm gonna work the bicep, left and right like this more under the heat. See, it's good now. So I'm just gonna work this a bit. Okay. I got some silicone shock oil. I'm gonna put some oil around this little nub right here, which should make this go on, nice and easy, and the rotation should be there. I still have to free up this joint right here. It doesn't quite bend the way I want. So you can see that right there. I'm trying to bend that. See that doesn't bend at all. So I gotta soak this in some more hot water to free that up. Yes, that's kind of, well, not kinda, that is kind of frozen. So with this elbow joint, it goes back to the elbow, but as far as going forward, it stops right there. As you can see, we got a lot more room to go. So I gotta free that up some more with the hot water. And when we say hot water, like we're literally putting the joint in the hot water. See that? I'm only putting what needs to be in the water. Everything else, I'm doing my best to keep it out. And now it's spinning freely. So I'm good with some stiffness. I do still have some friction there, some stiffness, but that's fine though. Like I'd rather have it like that than, completely frozen like it was. So this elbow joint is still not moving past a certain point. So it goes back that far just fine. But then when you bend it forward, it literally just stops right there. It's kind of odd. I think it's in backwards. I'm gonna try to pull it out and flip it around. I think it just might be backwards. I don't know. All right, I'm back. Day 2, fixing this bad boy. Just been busy. So I gotta try to fix that stitch. My stitch is weird. They missed a whole hole right there. And I think the reason why my elbow joint would not free up with hot water is because the actual joint itself, I think it's backwards. So if you see, it bends to a certain point and then it literally just stops, but it goes back really far, farther than it should go back. So hot water again, pull it apart, pull the joint out, flip it around, put it back in and see what happens. Okay, cool. Do what works for you, but I'm gonna use some protection on this bad boy. I'm gonna wrap it up because I don't know where this hot water has been, but I know it's hot water. Better safe than sorry. Let's wrap this bad boy up. Let's dunk them in some hot water and get that arm apart again. Okay, that worked. I got this thing apart. Now I'm gonna just wrap the forearm in plastic, dip it in hot water, and try to pull this joint out. In case you're wondering, it looks like this. So here it is. You can see it can make that 90-degree angle on one side, but when you rotate, try this with one hand. Hold on a second. When you rotate the other direction, focus, the joint stops right there. That's the problem. My joint was in backwards. Fully fixed and ready to go. The elbow joint was backwards.